That is the Obi-Wan podcast. We are back. Opening weekend of the Premier League season done and dusted. John Obi Mikel walks into this place with a pep in his step. I'm still fuming after Man United's defeat at Hull. But John Obi, we're back. Happy new season, fella.
Yes, happy new season. I mean, it's a good start of the season.
That's a great start for you boys.
I think for few, not for some. But it's a great season. Like I said, a lot of unknown in this, this season. I think there's quite a lot of questions and answers. I think for a lot of teams this season. I think not just Chelsea. I think when you look at the top six, we talked about it, the so-called top six. There's just going to be a lot of uncertainty, a lot of unknowns. There's just going to be. I think teams are also trying to settle in as well. I think that's what we saw during the weekend. Teams buying a lot of players, a lot of changes, managers coming in. Sporting directors changes, everything is just going on. I think it's going to take a few weeks before everybody settles in.
You need the window to close.
Yes,
it's kind of crazy to me.
Yes.
I don't think it's talked about enough because it's been the status quo.
Yes.
But to start a new football season when the transfer window is still open, John, as a player, and if you're part of that speculation, if your agent's still working hard to get you a move, it must be incredibly difficult.
It is. I mean, it depends on how you look at it. If you're a player who's trying to force a move, if you're a player who wants to get a move,
you do an Ollie Watkins.
Then it works for you, isn't it? Like, you know what I mean? You do. You rather say, okay, I'm not playing until I get my move, or you train and be professional as you should be. Respect the club, respect the players, respect your teammates, and work as hard as you can until you get your move. If you get your move, fine. If you don't get it, you try to get it in the next window. But there's a lot of things happening, I think, during this transfer window. I think once it's shut, the transfer window is closed, then everybody's settled. You know who you have. I think every club knows the players that they're working with, players as well. Okay, you're staying for another six months or 5 months until the transfer window opens again in January. So there's a lot going on, but I think that's why you see a lot of teams kind of, not settled yet. That's what we saw, with the performances that we saw over the weekend. Teams not quite settled. You're looking at a lot of teams that people are tipping to go on and compete, in the Premier League, and losing over the weekend. And that's just because players still uncertain about their future. Players might be thinking, I might not be here. I want to move. Maybe the way I see things are playing out, the manager's not really having me. Doesn't think I can contribute for the team. Maybe I'm thinking, shall I get a move? What shall I do? That's just everything going through your head as a player. And I think once the transfer window shuts, you're going to be there for the main time, and you just put your head down and work as hard as you can.
Well, listen, we were at 37,000 feet on Monday night.
Yes.
You were down in the posh bit. I was up in Carriage. I was in the Gen Pop. We watched Fulham against Chelsea. I've got to say, I thought Chelsea were excellent.
Brilliant.
Conceded twice. We'll touch on the reasons why, perhaps as we go. But let's look at the positives. The front three, we talked about on the previous pod. Joao Pedro, Morgan Rogers, and Cole Palmer with a point to prove this season, John.
Yeah.
They looked, in spells, irresistible.
We look absolutely superb. I think when you look at the team as well, I think the way the team played in general, you've just mentioned the front three there. I absolutely agree with you, but I think the whole team in general, the way we played together as a team, you can see everything was flowing. The tempo of the game was there, which is something I haven't seen with the team for a very, very long time. The tempo there, the commitment was there, the desire to play well, to fight for each other, to win the ball back, to fight for possession, to win the first tackle, the duels, everything was there. And that's what I wanted to see from the team. That's what we haven't seen in the past couple of seasons. And I think that's what the fans were crying out for. A team that can compete, a team that had the desire, the commitment as well to fight for the team, to fight for the badge of the club, to fight for the club. And I think that's what we saw on Monday. I think not just the way we won the game, not just about the result, not just about the 3 points, but I think one thing that the fans took away from that game was absolute desire, the commitment that they saw from the boys, which we haven't seen for a very, very long time. I love what I saw, the three in the back, Levi Colwell, I've said it so many times, once he's back in the team, we look very, very solid. Reece James as well, the captain. Lacroix, as you can see the experience that he brings to the team, the calmness that he brings to the team, the assurance that he brings in that back line. He's very, very good on the ball. He's quick, he's strong. physically very, very strong. And that's what we like. And the young man as well, at Chimpom as well, the way he played, he is a talent. He is a talent. He will be very, very good for us over the years to come. I just absolutely love watching him. He's very, very good on the ball. He drives the ball forward, and that's what you need from your centre-back. Everybody was playing well, and you can see the Xabi Alonso system, the DNA, the philosophy of the way he wants the team to play. You can see there's something is starting to grow. It's like there's something, we're cooking something. We're cooking something.
Yeah, I think you are.
It's there. You can feel it coming. And that's what I love. And of course, Reece James, the captain, the leader, something that we haven't seen before. He's just that guy now. I think with all his experience that he's had over the years, leading this team now for the past few seasons, being the captain that we know he can be. He just brings that calmness, that assurance, that leadership, that experience. You can see when everybody's leaving their position, he was just there, feeling the spaces, smelling the dangers and covering all those spaces. The calmness that he's bringing, that's what I love to see. And of course now, finally, he's listening to me, Reece James, vocal, calling out players when they're not doing their job. And that's what I love to see. With Pedro Neto, he did that. He absolutely ripped into him. And that's what we want to see. That's what we want to see from our captain. Leading the team, screaming, shouting, making sure everybody is on top of their game and doing their job, not just going forward when we don't have the ball. Are you ready to fight for the team? Are you ready to commit for the team and fight for your teammate? And that's what we saw. And I like the fact that he did that. And I want to see more of that. And for Pedro Neto, he needs to absolutely respect his captain. He's very, very lucky that it wasn't back in our day. Because honestly, what he would have gotten after that game in the dressing room, he wouldn't have liked it. Because when we see players do that, when you've been called out to do your job and you're telling your captain to shush it, fuck me, man.
Did you ever shush JT, John? Never.
What? Never. Not even JT that is going to rip into you. The other senior players, the other top players, we come and say, what the fuck are you doing? Do your fucking job and shut the fuck up. And that's what we would have done. And he's very, very lucky that it wasn't during our day because, whoa. The likes of Didier Drogba and Peter Cech and all these guys, they would have absolutely ripped into him even before the manager says anything.
And maybe Reece did in the dressing room, of course, and say, hey, listen, in front of the cameras, when I tell you do something as captain,
he has to.
Just listen.
Listen.
You can be frustrated within, but there should be
You can frustrate it. I think he wants to fuss and move, isn't he? He wants to leave the football club. From rumors that I've heard, he wants to leave. Until you leave, once you step into that pitch, you have to give everything for the club, everything for the badge, everything for the fans, because that's what the fans demand. We still pay your salary. We still pay your fucking salary. So you have to do your job once you're on that pitch.
Yeah.
Once you leave the football club, that's up to you. But before you leave, once you step into that pitch, you represent Chelsea Football Club. You have to respect the club, respect the badge, and do your fucking job. And that's what he has to do.
And of course, it's great to see from Reece because at that point it's 3-2. And he knows the importance. Having taken the lead, not once, but twice, then extending it to 3-1. Gonzalo then makes it 3-2. He knows there'd only been one away win up until that point. Leeds is winning Nottingham Forest.
Exactly.
Getting a win at the Cottage, getting 3 points, opening day of the season or opening weekend of the season. So important.
So important. And that's what we saw last season as well. You've just mentioned in there. We've seen last season so many times where we give leads away, where we then end up drawing the game and not winning. That's what Reece is seeing and say, okay, this is a new season. That old habit is gone. We have to make sure once we are leading the game, we don't concede. We have to kill it. Yeah. We have to do everything in our power to make sure we keep that lead and come away with 3 points. And that's what he saw. Towards the last 10 minutes, Pedro Neto's coming, and you don't want to do your job because you're angry you didn't start the game.
No. Yeah.
No, not acceptable. Not absolutely acceptable. And Reece has seen that. And that's what I demand from our captain. That's what I demand from our leader. And that's what, over the years, for the past years, we all saw that. We all saw, JT calling out plays and making sure we do our job, especially in the last minute. First game of the season, you want to kick off the season with a win, especially a very, very difficult club as Fulham. We know over the years we've had trouble, winning in that stadium. We've always been a difficult team to play against. Coming out there with 3 points has always been difficult for us. And we've seen we can see that we're almost there to come away with 3 points. And you have a player that's come into the game and he's frustrated that he didn't start the game or he wants to get a move and he doesn't want to run back and chase his man back after he lost the ball. No, not acceptable. And credit to Reece James for doing his job as a leader, as a captain. That's what we want to see, not just on Monday. We want to see that all throughout the season, where he will be absolutely vocal. I will fucking back Reece James any day, anytime. It doesn't matter who he is. It doesn't matter who the hell it is. Reece James, rip into that player and tell him to do his fucking job. Because that's what we demand. The only way we can be successful is when everybody is fighting, when everybody is committed, when we all show the desire to fight for this football club, to get us back to our glory days, where we belong, which is competing for the Premier League, winning titles, big titles, not the Conference League, winning big titles. The only way we can achieve that if everybody come together as a team.
Set the standard.
Set the standard, which is what Xabi Alonso is trying to do now. Set the absolute standard. If you don't want to be there, you can leave.
Yeah.
Nobody's bigger than the football club. If Enzo Fernandez wants to go, the door is fucking open. Manchester City pay the money and he can go. We want a team. We don't want distractions this season. If any player doesn't want to be a Chelsea football club,
go.
Just leave.
That's the message.
It's a big enough football club that can attract anybody. Fucking hell, it's fucking London, mate.
No. If it's not the football club, it's London. It's West London. It's going to get you, or at least the misses, eventually. That front three, though, John. Hey, listen, I know it's only one game. Cole Palmer, goal and an assist. Joao Pedro, goal and an assist.
Yeah.
Morgan Rogers with a goal. You saw in little moments, wow, they are going to be a handful. And listen, not to poke the bear. I know Saka, Havertz and Solis were very good on Friday night against Coventry.
We're much better.
But in Palmer, Rogers and Joao Pedro, I think we're looking at the next new big three in the English Premier League.
I mean, I'm not going to call them the MSN because, you know, there's a certain player, you know, Messi, where you can't compete with anybody else. But no, absolutely superb what I saw. And that's what I hope we'll see over the, you know, all throughout the season. I think when we spent that money on Morgan Rogers, I said it, you know, here, coming in here, we talked about it. I think he's a fantastic player, absolutely superb player. And playing alongside Cole Palmer. Cole Palmer, he knows, you can see from his performance on Monday, he knows it's not like he has something to prove, but for the past couple of seasons, he hasn't been the Cole Palmer that we know. And he knows he has to get back to his best. Yes, he suffered with the injuries here and there. Maybe he wasn't happy with the transfers that's been coming into the football club. He was a little bit frustrated. Like I said, sometimes last season when you watch him on the pitch, it looks like he wasn't interested with what's going on the pitch, outside the pitch. He wasn't interested. He wasn't enjoying his football.
That's it.
But when I watch him Monday, what I saw from Cole Palmer is the Cole Palmer that we all fell in love with when he joined the football club. That first turn, that control, the composure to wriggle around players, to go past players, to dribble past players, to create chances. He looked like he was happy again. He was playing with a smile on his face, which is the most important thing. Smile on his face. The most important thing for your top player, when you watch your top player, your main player, you want to see him enjoying his football. Playing with smile on his face, creating chances, asking for the ball, doing the dirty side of the game as well. He looks like he has something to prove. And I think he looks absolutely fit. He looks fit. You can see the goal that he scored. He was sprinting down. That's a player that's fit and running behind Joao Pedro and slotting that in. That's a player that you can tell that is fit, that is ready to give everything for the football club. And now he's playing like the Cole Palmer that we know how he can play. That is how we know Cole Palmer can play. And we want to see that for the rest of the season. We want to see him continue to improve. Yes, it's the first game of the season. Is he going to play well every single week? No. He's going to have a little bit of dip. But we want to see him continue to do this. Maybe, you know, more frequently, consistency. You know what I mean? And it's just absolutely a joy to watch when I watch him on Monday. You know, he's a absolutely superb player. He's a great player. He's a fantastic player. And I just think this season, I was surprised when he wasn't called up for England. But again, England lost is our fucking game.
Yeah.
He looks well-rested. He looks well-rested. And he's had a good preseason. He looks fit. He's enjoyed his summer. Whatever he did in the summer, he's enjoyed it because he was well-rested. England didn't pick him. Fair enough. It's our game because we have a top player who's well-rested. He's now had a good preseason. He looks fit. He looks sharp. And he's just performed like an absolutely machine of a player that we saw. I think when you watch the way he played on Monday, the turn, the confidence, the composure. That's what we know about Cole
Yeah,
Palmer.
I'd have him down as one of the players of the weekend, in my opinion. In terms of the other thing that's quite frightening for me, yes, we know Xabi Alonso likes to keep the ball progressive. You talked about the tempo. Yeah. That's the biggest thing for me. Yeah. I mean, if you compare it with Man United, there was no tempo against Hull. Chelsea, though, they were at it from the first whistle. The other scary thing, John, you saw little glimpses in transition. Chelsea this season are going to kill teams.
Exactly.
That front three.
That front three, exactly. Oh. That front three in transition. That's what I saw. What we were not doing last season, when we were attacking, when we were transitioning, there was no pace. It was slow. It was sluggish. It was But you can see on Monday there was tempo. There was pace in the transition. We were quick. We were direct. We were absolute direct. Joao Pedro, I've said it. I don't think he's a number nine, but he keeps proving me wrong. If he keeps scoring that goal, but the interchanging between the fluency between all three of them, the interchanging of position between the three of them is just something that I don't think a lot of defenders this season can be able to cope with.
Are ready for.
They absolutely look frightening the way they played. You know, maybe it's Cole Palmer, maybe it's Morgan Rogers in that number 9 position, maybe it's Joao Pedro dropping deep, getting the ball, connecting play. It was just a joy to watch all three of them. I just think Morgan Rogers is going to grow and grow into that team. He's going to absolutely grow into that team. And when you're playing with your best mate, a player that you grow up, as a kid, you can see both of them were enjoying playing together. I don't know who's got the celebration though.
I think Cole Palmer's actually copyrighted it. So, but they both do it.
I think Cole said it was his celebration. Yeah, but you never know. But absolutely superb to watch all three of them. Joao Pedro is just on fire. He's superb. Again, a player that Brazil, Carlo Ancelotti didn't call for the World Cup. I don't know why, the reason, but he looks again. Chelsea's gain. He looks fresh. He looks ready. He's well rested. He looks fit. He looks sharp. And these players that were not called up to they look like they have something to prove to the world that the managers, the coaches in their national team has made an absolute blunder not picking them for the World Cup. You can see that with Cole Palmer. You can see that with Joao Pedro. Joao Pedro looks like, what a player. What an absolute player. Running behind, coming short, good on the ball, can connect play. And he's fighting for the team. He's absolutely the determination, the desire to run behind, to fight, whatever it is, to make sure he gets those goals is just something that I want to see. I think he looks like a player who's going to get us 20 goals this season. Absolute 20 goals this season.
I think
if all three of them, if Cole Palmer can get 15, Morgan Rogers his first season can get 10, 15, Joao Pedro 20. We're looking at an absolutely superb season that this is going to be for us. I think the whole team, the whole squad is just a joy to watch. The transition, the tempo of how we played, moving the ball quickly, not slow, moving the ball quickly, passing the ball sharp. Everybody looked like we're ready to play. And not just, I don't want to see this just in the first game of the season. I want to see us continue to do is continue to grow. We don't have European football this season, which is something that is going to help us. So we're going to be well rested week in, week out. And that's when we come out every weekend to play. When we come out every Saturday, Sunday, Monday, whatever it is to play, we have to know that we're ready. We're sharp. There's no European football, and we're coming to compete and win.
The other scary thing, and we'll get to who in just a moment.
Yeah.
The midfield kind of four that lined up. From the right, Gusto. The left, it was Hato. It was then Reece James and Romeo Lavia. You could make a very good argument, John, to say all four of those are backup choices in those positions. Palestra, Chavaria, obviously coming in from Spanish football. You'd expect him to probably start wide left more often than not. And then Caicedo. And Enzo, whether Enzo's still a Chelsea player at the end of the window.
But Reece James has to play somewhere. Yeah.
Is that in there or is that right at the back three?
Yeah, right. Yeah.
One of those positions, he's the captain, so he will get in, but that's the other encouraging thing. Then, of course, we get to the big other talking point, a man that you have said many times on the show, so we don't have to go over old ground there, but we saw the news yesterday. Emi Martinez.
Don't fucking get me started.
I don't know how to read into this. Have Chelsea been offered him, as I'm reading in some reports? Are Chelsea actively looking for him? The message from you would be, as it has been for a long time on this podcast, get a goalkeeper that is good enough to win titles.
Honestly, what more can I say? What more can I fucking say that hasn't been said? Not just me. Listen to every single Chelsea fan. Not only Chelsea fans, Chris.
Pundits.
Yeah. All football lovers all around the world can absolutely tell you with one eye closed, with both eyes fucking closed, that we do need to change our goalkeeper. Is that obvious? Is that fucking obvious?
It's not
the only good thing is that we scored 3 goals on Monday. We conceded 2. 2 goals, his fault.
Certainly the first. Second,
yes, you can. Top goalkeeper parries that ball on the other side. You don't put the ball, you don't parry it back into danger. Top goalkeeper pushes it on the other side.
The first goal was
horrible.
First goal. Oof.
He wasn't even in the right position.
No.
He was all over the fucking place. The position was wrong. He maybe was anticipating a cross, but you cannot be beaten on your near post. That is your job, to protect your near post as a goalkeeper. But again, he's made so many mistakes. I know people talk about him being a shot stopper. I don't give a shit about a fucking shot stopper. What I care is a goalkeeper that is assured, a goalkeeper that we know that for us to win titles, for us to compete, for us to get back to where we belong, winning titles, competing, we need a top goalkeeper. I don't know how many times I'm going to say this. Xabi Alonso knows that. The club knows that. But why haven't they? We spent money bringing in players, bringing in top players, good players. But what is the reason? There must be a reason why this player, this goalkeeper hasn't been checked. There must be a reason. I don't know why, but maybe there has to be an explanation to that.
So Ben Roberts is your goalkeeping coach. Ben had him at Brighton.
I don't care. The goalkeeper coach, if it's not his decision, he has to be fucking sacked. He has to fucking go.
He rates him.
If he rates him, he has to go. Together with him, both of them have to go. A top goalkeeping coach will see that. If you ask any goalkeeper, goalkeeper, they will tell you that we do need a change in that goalkeeper position. And that's what I see. And that's what we all know. And I've said that so many times. And again, I say it. We were lucky that we scored 3 goals on Monday. Because again, we would have drawn that game. It would have been 1 point instead of 3. We cannot continue to make this mistake. He cannot continue to make these blunders. And we keep saying, oh, he's a shot stopper. Give him, okay, maybe he plays 1 good game. And then he plays 2-3 shit games. And we concede. And he keeps making mistakes. It's not just this season. It's not just one mistake. It's accumulation of the mistakes that he's made for the past 2 years. If you look at his mistakes that he's made in the past 2 seasons, probably be the top above all goalkeepers.
He is, I think, since the start of the 24-25 season, only Bart Verbruggen, the Brighton goalkeeper, has made more mistakes.
Without he can understand with Brighton the way they play. They try to play. Doesn't matter how you press Brighton. They will try to fucking play out of the back, and they will make mistakes.
He's made 11, and Sanchez is second on the list with 8 mistakes that have led.
But the crazy thing that I see, though, every time he makes that mistake and the ball goes in the net, and of course the camera goes straight to him, and you look at his face.
He looks lost.
He looks lost. He looks like he wants to cry. I just think we need to save him. The club needs to save him. Maybe get somebody, take him out of the firing line for a bit. I know top managers that have been at the club. When they see you being in the firing line for a while, they pull you out, protect you, take you out from the firing line for a bit. And make sure everything calms down, because you constantly being in the firing line. Everybody keep looking at it saying, oh, Sanchez again. Every Chelsea fan look at it every weekend and think, oh, Sanchez on the goal again.
John Obi again.
He's thinking, so the club, for the club to protect him, they're not protecting him right now. To protect him, they have to take him out from the firing line. Get somebody else. Get a top goalkeeper. Bring in a top goalkeeper. If it's Emi Martinez, yes. We have to get somebody else in that can be assured, a goalkeeper with confidence, a goalkeeper that you can look at every week, week in, week out. And you can have confidence, turn around and say, yes, we have an assured goalkeeper in our goal. And I'm confident that if we score 2-3 goals, we win this game. Clean sheet is so important to every team. To go on and win the titles, clean sheet is so important. We saw that with Arsenal. They don't concede a lot. They score 1 or 2 goals and they fucking defend. David Raya making those saves. That's what you need from your goalkeeper.
Dependable.
To win titles, you need your top goalkeeper. To win games, you need your strikers. But to win titles, you need a top goalkeeper. And that's what we have over the years. Look at all the top teams that have gone on to win the Premier League, that have gone on to defend the Premier League, that has gone on to win the Champions League. Top goalkeepers. And I think that's what we absolutely need.
So Emi Martinez, and let's see, September 3rd is when the window closes. They've got a few days to sort this out.
Don't tell me that, Chris. The window is not closing until we make a change. We have to. We have to make a change.
Do they make that, and do you like Emi?
I like Emi, but what is he, 33 years old
33,
now?
33, yeah. Experienced, yeah.
It's his best years behind him, maybe. When I watch Emi Martinez, I'm a big fan of Emi Martinez. When I watched him last season, he did make few mistakes. Last season, he did make few mistakes. And I think that's why Unai Emery has looked at it and gone out and got Suzuki.
He's a player.
He's a top goalkeeper.
You watch.
He is a top goalkeeper, yes. And I think that's what Unai Emery has looked at. Villa has looked at them. Okay, we've gotten the best out of Emi Martinez. I think it's the right time for us to let him go now. So, do we go out and get a player that Villa has
said, essentially, we're done with him.
We're done with you, you know. Maybe clearly there's something that Unai Emery has seen, the club has seen. Is he going to come in with experience? Is he going to come in and yes.
Character.
Is he the character that we need? Yes. Is he going to bring confidence to the players? Yes. Is he good on it with his feet?
All right.
Questionable. It's okay. We need a goalkeeper who's good with his feet. Is he going to be that goalkeeper? Maybe not. Is he going to save us points? Is he going to be assured for us? Yes. Is there another goalkeeper out there that we can go and get? Maybe. We have to go out there and absolutely look at the top goalkeeper, 27, 26, that's going to hit his prime in the next couple of seasons.
Yeah.
That is already a top goalkeeper. But we still hit his prime. Even more hit his prime. But a top goalkeeper already. That is assured. We have to go out there and spend money.
Mike Maignan, AC Milan.
Whether he's playing for another club, we can go and pay top dollar and get him. Top dollar and get him. Everybody has a price in this football game.
Absolutely.
So if we go out and spend top dollar on a goalkeeper that we know he's playing for his club right now, if we go in and pay 60, 70, 80 million, 100, get a top goalkeeper. Yes, that's something we can do. Because I think that when you look at every position right now, when you look at our team, that is what is missing. That is the only team. That's the only thing right now that is missing. And we have to make sure we sort that out.
You've got Mike Penders, but I know what you're going to say to this. I'm told from a number of scouts, everyone likes Mike, 21 years of age, though, inexperienced in the Premier League. You need to get a chance sometime, but what you're saying is you need experience. You want someone who's at the top as opposed to someone that's coming through. Right. It's going to be a busy week at Stamford Bridge because new goalkeeper. Let's see what happens there. Speculation last night coming through that Chelsea are in for the young Italian-Nigerian, young Honest Anahor from Atalanta. 18 years of age, John, already capped by Italy. Nigerian mum, Nigerian dad, born in Italy. I'm told he's top. Saw him a little bit in the Champions League last year. I think...
Where does he play? I don't know the kid. Sorry.
Left back, left centre back.
Yeah.
Following, I guess, in your footsteps, Celestine Babayado's footsteps. Of course, being Nigerian mum and dad, but now an Italian international. It's a young kid for the future.
Yeah.
But Enzo Fernandez's future means that is another midfielder potentially going to be coming in.
Yeah.
Because I guess that's the major question. Does Enzo stay, yes or no? What's your gut telling you on that?
Honestly, my personal opinion, because I can see he wants to go. The player wants to leave. He wants to go. And I've said it so many times. There is no player that is bigger than a football club. When a player has shown that he wants to leave the football club, when a player has shown that he's lost interest, when a player is looking somewhere else, when a player is not ready, is not ready to fight for the club, the desire is not there, the commitment is not there anymore, you have to let the player go. There is no point in keeping a player that is not happy, staying at the football club. It's not worth it. It's not worth it. You have to let the player go. Get the money and bring in someone else that's happy to be at the football club. Luckily enough, we're a huge football club. We're a big football club. So for us to lose a player, it's okay. It's fine. He's been at the football club for a while now. He's had seasons where he performed well, seasons where he didn't perform well. So have we had the best of him? Maybe, maybe not. Is it good for him to leave now? Is it good for the football club that he goes? I think so. Let him go. The manager has come out and the manager hasn't categorically said, he's our player, he's not going anywhere. You can see there's discussion going on. The player's probably gone and said, I want to go. But the question is, we've set a deadline. City didn't make a bid.
They did not.
Now, are we going to start with the deadline and say, nope, there was a deadline, you didn't make an offer, and now that chapter is closed. The player remains at the football club. Do you want to keep a player that's not happy? He wants to go. Clearly, City wants the player.
Enzo
wants the player because he's worked with him at Chelsea. He knows what he can give him. So let him go. I saw the way we played on Monday. If we can get 120 million for him, go out and get another midfield player. We have Caicedo in that midfield. When you have Caicedo in your midfield, I think you 80%
You're 80% there, yeah.
I think you're 80% good, honestly, because he's a top player. So we have to let him go, get the money, and go out there and spend the money to bring in one top midfield player that can play alongside Enzo Caicedo. We don't want to keep a player that's not happy. It's not good for the club. It's not good for the squad. It's not good for the players. It's not good around the training ground.
The environment.
You need a player that's happy. You need a happy environment. So that when the manager comes in, you walk into the training ground every day, you see your players, everybody's happy. You don't want a player that's sulking around, walking around thinking, I didn't get my move, I'm just going to be unhappy, I'm just going to walk around. Because that starts affecting the squad, start affecting the players. So we need to get the money, let him go, and go out there and spend and get another top midfielder. Because City wants the player. Clearly enough, he wants to go. Said it so many times, Chris. If Barcelona can let Lionel Messi leave the football club, there is no fucking player in this planet that is bigger than a football club.
Yeah, agreed.
So, if he's had enough, if he's tired, if he wants to fuck off, the door is wide open.
Yeah.
Get the money in and let him go.
So, who then replaces him? Now, we know that we know. It's been widely reported. At least one bid rejected for Alex Scott at Bournemouth.
Oh, love him.
Some reports have said there have been 3 bids.
Yeah.
Believe what you want there.
Yeah.
22, just missed out on Thomas Tuchel's England squad. He was magnificent last season.
He was.
For Andoni Iraola's Bournemouth.
Yeah.
He seems to suit the profile of what Chelsea are trying to do.
Yeah.
Scott, Caicedo, with Lavia, and I guess James behind that. Would you endorse that? Would you like that?
Absolutely. I will absolutely endorse that. I think he's a top midfield player, 22 years old, a player that has so much potential. Very, very good player. Good on the ball. The composure that he has on the ball is just absolutely superb. Can play in tight spaces, can wriggle his way around tight spaces, and that's what I like. That's what I love about the player. He's a bit of a maverick, isn't he? You know, he has the socks like Jack Grealish.
Yeah, he does.
He's a bit of a maverick. You know, he's a top player. I like him. I love what I saw last season. Last season, the way he played. He gets around the pitch. He has a lot of energy. His engine is good. He can run. He's a player that can get into the box. He can score goals. We saw him got a few goals last season.
Hearts go away, right?
Exactly, and that's what we need. We need a player that can get into the box and can also quickly track back and get back and do the other side of the game. But Alex Scott is that player. But the rumor is Bournemouth are not ready to sell.
No.
Bournemouth want to keep the player for at least one more season. I think the manager has come out and say, for his development as a player and for the club as well. I think they're in Europe right now. For him to play one season in Europe with the club, one more season with the club, that would probably enhance his move next season.
Next summer, yeah.
You know what I mean? So they want to keep him because he's a top player. Bournemouth has come out and they say they want to keep him. Will one season at Bournemouth do him the world of good? I personally think so, because sometimes when players at young ages see, oh yeah, the big transfer, they quickly go for it. And then sometimes it doesn't work out. Would I want him at Chelsea? Absolutely. Will he be absolutely good for us? Yes. He will be a top player for us over the years. But I just think Bournemouth are not ready to sell. But as you said, as we've said here, every player has a price. If we go out there and put in a bid of 80, 90 million, I think Bournemouth will let him go. Get 120 million
for Enzo.
For Enzo. Go out there, knock on the door. Hey, Bournemouth, this is what we can offer. On 80, 90 million. Wow. Because I think there's a potential. There's potential there.
And he's Premier League.
He looks raw. He looks raw. He's playing the Premier League now for the past couple of seasons. He looks raw. You can feel that if he is well coached by a top manager, there's few things where he can improve. There's few areas where I think he can still improve. But when you watch him play, you can see there's something there. There is a player there. The potential is there to develop, to get better over the years. And I think if he comes to Chelsea with the manager that we have right now that can get the best out of these young players, I think he's coming to the best club in the world in terms of how he's going to develop as well. Because Xabi Alonso is known for working with the young players and getting the best out of young players. So he's coming to a club with the squad that we have, young, mixed, experienced players right now with a mix of experienced players that we have, the likes of Jordan Henderson. They can also talk to him and trying to guide him. Exactly, guide him into the right direction. And that's what we need. I think that's what Jordan is there for, talking to the players, guiding them, making sure everybody stays in the right lane. Yeah. And I think if we get him through the door, Alex Scott, I think he's coming to a top club that will help him in terms of his development. And of course, he wants to play for England. And I see him, once he comes to Chelsea, I think in the next couple of years, he will be a top player for England.
You and I have spoken many times on this pod. Frustration sometimes at some of the signings at Chelsea. You made the joke as you bounded in today, though. Tell you what they have got bloody right is selling players. Because you're about to bank 47.5 million up front, 17.5 million in add-ons for Nicholas Jackson, your best mate, and then 50 million quid for Liam Delap. I mean, I shake my head a little bit at that because he's
unbelievable. We've talked about how the club have got some of the signings absolutely wrong. Shit show of signings. But one thing they haven't got wrong is how they fucking sell the players. It's unbelievable. It's incredible how we manage to, season after season, we buy players for less the price, and we sell them for 2-3 times the profit.
Well, Liam Delap,
it's crazy. Like
Liam 50
Delap,
million quid.
Nicholas Jackson, even Enzo Fernandez right now. I think we bought him for about 90-something million or 100 million.
Just over 100.
Yeah, and now we asking for 120. So the one thing that the sporting directors and the football club, the blue core, have got absolutely spot on, is bringing money back into that football club with the players that they sell. It's incredible. I don't know who negotiates for them. I have absolutely no idea. That person needs a fucking bonus.
I think
he needs a fucking bonus.
It's the same blokes. It's Lawrence and Paul that get all the stick.
They need a fucking bonus, I must say.
I mean, to sell them.
The way they're selling players, how they're convincing those are the teams to pay money for players that we absolutely do not need. It's incredible. It's incredible. We getting how much now for Nicholas Jackson? 65 or something like that?
If all being well, 65 million.
And Liam Delap.
And you signed him for what, 30?
Yeah. And Liam Delap, tell me, please.
So you bought him for 35 last summer and you're selling him for?
I said it from day one. He's not a Chelsea player.
Oh, yeah.
He was never a Chelsea player. And it's not the kid's fault. I'm not here to talk about, to say bad things about the kid, but it's not his fault. He was never a Chelsea player. When bids come for you, of course you have to go. You have to go and try your luck. And that's what he did. But he was never a Chelsea player. He's not good on the ball. He's not quick enough. He just doesn't suit the way we play. He doesn't suit the football club. And I saw it straight away. But for us to sell him for more than we bought him, how the fuck did we convince?
It's inflation, John. Either that or someone wants to rent Todd Bowley's American holiday home or something. I don't know. Something in that, because you're right.
It's probably inflation.
Yeah, good point.
It's inflation.
No one needs Todd's home.
Because to get that money in, to get more money for him, is just incredible. And I just think the club, on this aspect, I think they've done absolutely fantastic the way they've done their business in terms of selling players and making profit, because they bring in so much money back into the football club by selling players that we absolutely do not need. It's just absolutely incredible. Like I said, whoever is doing that business, whoever is doing that negotiation needs an absolute bonus. He needs a raise, because it's just incredible the amount of money that we bring it in. And of course, this season, I must say, yes, we've done some good signings. Again, when the club do the right thing, we also have to give them credit. I think this season we've done the right signings. I can see with the right age, bringing in players with experience, mixing it up, which is exactly what we need. But again, Jordan Anderson and Danny Welbeck, the reason why I don't know. Maybe there's a reason why they're in the football club. We've seen that they've not played yet. Maybe they will have a part to play. But I just think they're there for the experience, talking to the players, guiding the players, letting them know what the Premier League is about. It's always difficult when you move from a different country, coming into the Premier League, and you don't know the culture of the football club. It's always important when you have an experienced player there that can talk to you, they can always try to guide you and let you know what the football club is about, what the culture of the league is about, because it's you need that as a player. You need that because it's a very, very difficult league. It's the most difficult league in the world. When you come into this league, you need somebody that can be in your ears, talking to you week in, week out, every single day, letting you know what the culture of the league is about, what the football club stands for. And I think that's what Jordan Henderson and Danny Welbeck are there for. Although they're not Chelsea legends, but they do know what the Premier League is about,
yes,
which is so important. And I think that's probably why they're there.
Let me ask this question then, finishing on Chelsea. If they sign Emi Martinez / experienced goalkeeper, they get the young boy from Atalanta who's a project for the future.
Yeah.
Enzo goes and Alex Scott comes in.
Yeah.
Are you happy when you look at that then, John, in the squad? Are you like, yep, we can do something special this season?
Yeah. I think that's it. I think if we are able to do that.
You still like a number 9, don't you? But
if the club, Chris, tell me the reason why the club are not looking to make a change, to change the goalkeeper, to bring in another top goalkeeper.
Well, I believe they are now.
Tell me the reason why. There is no reason why. If you go with the stats, the mistakes that he's made, you can easily see that we absolutely do need another top goalkeeper. They can come in that can assure every single Chelsea fan, every player, the club, that this is a goalkeeper that when you look back at your goal, you have somebody that can make saves when he's called upon.
Yeah.
You need that to compete. We will never, and I've said it so many times, and I like how everybody now is jumping on the bandwagon so many times. We cannot win the Premier League. We cannot win the Premier League with Robert Sanchez in our goal. It's impossible. It's absolutely impossible for us to win the Premier League with Robert Sanchez in our goal, because he makes far too many mistakes, costly mistakes, for us to be able to compete and win the Premier League. You cannot. And I know the football club knows that. The hierarchy knows that. The manager now has seen that. And that's why we've been linked with Emi Martinez. Have we left a bit late? Maybe. But that's something that Xabi Alonso should have known from before.
Yeah.
Should have known from before. The sporting director, everybody should have told him that, hey, this is one position that we're trying to strengthen. He should have known that. And the club should have quickly, early in the summer, make that change.
They might just
have we left a bit too late? Maybe. But it's one position absolutely crucial, that we do bring in under the top goalkeeper, because I can smell something good happening this season.
Good.
For us, for Chelsea, we are cooking something special. And something special needs a solid foundation. A solid foundation means having a top goalkeeper in goal. And right now, we do not have that. Can we still go out there and bring in a top goalkeeper before the end of the transfer window? Absolutely. Do we have to? Absolutely. And that's something we have to do. Xabi Alonso must know that, and I'm sure he absolutely knows that.
Yeah, I think everyone knows that, to your point. One little interesting record that Chelsea may yet set in this window, John, did a bit of research. Can I take you back to the summer of 2018-19? AS Monaco hold the world record for the most amount of money made in a summer. It's the summer they sold Kylian Mbappe to Paris Saint-Germain for about 166 million. They made 360 million euros that summer. But if Chelsea sell Enzo, Nicholas Jackson leaves, Delap leaves, who knows about Pedro Neto, Chelsea have got a chance of breaking it.
Add Sanchez to that.
Add Sanchez to
I'll
that.
drive him to wherever he's going.
Just not quite sure anyone's paying big money for Robert, especially not if they're listening to this podcast.
I'll drive him.
You'll drive him. I can't. I've not got my license. I'll provide the banter in the back. Sanchez add to that. City could break that record, and then Aston Villa could break that record as well, because the amount of money that is changing hands this summer is bonkers. I want to ask you about an African player. We talked on this podcast about Yan Diomande making the move to Real Madrid. Confirmation over the last couple of days.
Yeah.
City, they've got Bouaddi,
Yeah.
the Moroccan, plays in your position. I just wonder, another 18-year-old as well.
18-year-old, wow.
You watched him in the World Cup, John. I know you've watched him a bit for Lille.
Yeah.
Are you a big fan?
Big fan. Absolutely big fan. I think he's an absolutely top potential of a player. There's so much in him. Physical.
Is he quick enough for the Premier League? Or you don't need to be quick?
When you play in that position, I don't think you need to be that quick.
Smart.
But you need to have legs to be able to get around. Does he have the legs to get around? Yes. You don't have to be a sprinter to play in the middle of the park. You know what I mean? So, is he quick enough to play in the midfield in the Premier League? Yes. Did I watch him, in the summer? Yes. Very intelligent kid. Good on the ball. The composure is there. He's very, very good on the ball. He has a lot of composure when he has the ball. Likes to play, and that's what you need. And I think that's what City need. And that's the City way of playing. Potential, 18-year-old. That's very, very young, and coming into the Premier League as well, and going to a big club like City, a club that's been successful for over the years, the past 10 years. They've been successful with one manager. Would he have loved to play for Pep Guardiola? Would Pep Guardiola have been the best manager to get the best out of him? Probably, yes. Absolutely, yes. But then now Pep has left the football club, and Enzo Maresca is there. Who knows the style, the way the City play, the DNA of the way City play. But I just look at City this season. I think they're going to play differently. They're going to be more direct. They're going to try to be a bit more direct, not just the Pep way, which was the City way. I think we'll see a bit more change now with City. But Ayyoub Bouaddi, wow, I'm a huge fan. Again, African player, Moroccan, top player. It's nice to see African players making waves, like you say. Yan Diomande going to Real Madrid now, an 18-year-old joining City. Very, very good on the ball. Talented player, a lot of potential. But again, I said it, in this pod a few weeks ago. When you're bringing in these top midfield players, there was one player they could have learned from. And he's gone. There was one player that could have shown them the City way, the way that position is played, the way the fans want to see their team play. And that man is Rodri.
Yeah, he's gone.
When you look at Elliot Anderson as well, he needed that. He needed a player that he could learn from, a player that he can watch and see and learn from the way the City, the City way, because it's difficult to learn the City way. I think when Rodri also joined the football club,
struggled.
It took him a little bit of time
to
be able to learn the Fernandinho way, the City way. Because that was how Fernandinho was playing. It took him a little bit of time for Pep to get the best out of him. And I just think that's what these young players would have needed. Can Enzo Maresca teach them that City way? I'm not quite convinced that he's going to be that guy that would spend time coaching them. Is he a maverick of a manager like Pep Guardiola is? Week in, week out, pushing them, screaming and showing them the way. We know he lived football. He was sometimes going crazy. Some of the clips we saw, on social media, he was going crazy with players on the training ground.
Scratching.
Showing them the way he wants absolutely his midfielder, because that is the core of the team. That's the injury room of the football, of the team. If you have your midfield players constantly showing up for the ball, a lot of people is now taking them this long to know what Rodri meant for Manchester City. I've been saying it from day one. For City to do well, Rodri has to be on the pitch.
Yeah.
For City to play well, for City to compete to win the Premier League, Rodri has to be on the pitch. Past couple of seasons, he struggled with injury. City didn't win the league.
Yeah.
And I just feel like right now he was coming back to his best. But unfortunately, I just think if Pep Guardiola stayed, Rodri would have stayed.
For one more year.
100%. He would have stayed for one more year. He would have absolutely stayed, because he would have known there might be another shot for them to go on and win the Premier League. So I think, yes, it's okay for City to bring in this young, talented, potential young players. But who is there during when the game is difficult? Who are they going to look around?
Trust.
And see the experience, the calmness, the composure.
Could be Enzo Fernandez.
The way he can get his way out of tight situation, because that's what Rodri did. Yeah. Showing up constantly for the ball, asking for the ball, little passes. He's not the guy who's sprayed 40-yard passes. No, but it's about playing the right ball, the right time, and the right position. Breaking the lines with those passes, forcing those plays. It doesn't matter if you make mistakes. Try to do the right thing. That's what Rodri did. Yeah. Playing those balls between the lines, breaking those plays, showing up for the goalkeeper, showing up for the defenders. Can this young players do it? It might take them a bit of time. It's a big ask. But if they have seen Rodri do it week in, week out, that would have given them a lot of confidence, because even if they make mistake, Rodri is that player that can beat and say, hey, it's okay. It's okay. I'm here with you. It's okay. It's okay to make mistake.
Yeah, because it's now three new,
exactly.
If Enzo comes in, Bouaddi, Anderson, and Enzo Fernandez, 3 new players.
3 new players and young players. So they needed that experience. Rodri would have been that guy to be able to show them that City way. It's crazy, but I think also the player wanted to leave.
Yeah, that's
he absolutely made it clear he doesn't want to play under Enzo Maresca. Maybe there was something there before, something happened between both of them, but I just think he absolutely wanted to return back to Spain. And of course, Barcelona now have got him.
Did you, speaking of Pep, I'm sure you've seen the clip, John, that's gone viral, this new documentary, where he's in the changing room. He's having a pop at Ruben Diaz defending, and he mentions Kyle Walker, who's sat down on the ground, and Kyle's like, bleeping heck, it's always me. And there's a little bit, it's really good insight.
Yes.
John, you've been in so many dressing rooms. Is that commonplace? When a manager is saying something, if a player is called out, have you seen it more times than you care to remember when a player's went, hold on, gaffer, F off?
Oh, yeah.
Have you?
Oh, yeah. I've seen it. I've seen it so many times.
Have you ever done it?
No.
You would never.
No, but I've seen the top guys do it. The captains. The captains are the ones who do it mostly. I've seen when the managers come in. Sometimes as managers, when you want to pass your message across, when you have to make sure everybody else listens to you, you have to target the top guys. Go for the top guys, and everybody else will get in line. Yeah. Everybody else will listen. And I think that's the Pep way. That's the system he wanted to use when he was making that comment. When in that situation, he wanted to go for the captain, because he can see that the only way I can get into this squad, the only way I can get my message across, because they were not playing well. They were suffering. The only way I can change this situation for everybody to wake up, to get in line, I have to go for the top guy. I have to go for the captain. That's why he mentioned Kyle Walker, Ruben Diaz. It was a compliment.
Yeah.
And that's what Pep was that was the message he was trying to pass across. You're my captain, he said.
Yeah. And they said, but no, I'm not, because I was voted. You didn't want me as captain.
You didn't want me as a captain. Whatever that was, yeah. But Pep wanted to pass his message across by going to the absolute top dog, which is the captain. If I go for the captain, everybody will watch, everybody will listen, and everybody will get in line. And that's the only way I can pass my message across. But of course, Kyle has to come back with, why do you always mention me? And it's good to see managers and players have a little bit of that, that conversation, that argument, especially when it happens in the dressing room, which is the right place for that to happen. That is an absolute right place for it to happen, because if it happens on the pitch, it's not good. When it happens in the dressing room, when it's quiet and everybody's listening, everybody has their head,
Don't look at me.
Yeah, don't look at me. That is when you have to have this conversation. That is when the uncomfortable conversation has to be had, because when you call out your top players, the young players have to watch and they have to listen. They know, wow, he's going for Kyle, he's going for the captain. I have to fucking wake up. I have to sit up, because if he's coming for me, for him, he's going to come for me.
Anyone, yeah.
We see that all the time, and it's common when you have the manager and his his 2, 3, 4 captains, when they argue, when they try to pass a message across. We've always seen that. It's a little bit of back and forth. And by the end of the day, they both wanted to win. It's the sign of winning team. It's the sign of a team that wants to win. It's the sign of a team that wants to continue to win. They care about the football club.
Yeah.
Because they know they haven't lived up to the expectation. The way they've played for the past years, what they've won for the past year, what they've achieved for the past year, they're below par and they know they can do better. They have to get back to that. When you watch that and you watch that documentary and you see that happening, and I just wish that every team around the world will see that and copy that, because it shouldn't be all smile and roses and hugging in the dressing room. No, have the uncomfortable conversation. Call out your captain. Call out your top players.
Yeah.
Take the responsibility.
Yeah.
Make sure they take accountability of the team not playing well, of the team not performing. And I think that's what Pep Guardiola did there.
So it's interesting. It's a great kind of topic of conversation, this, John, because that's on the one side. Then in the opening weekend, we see Ollie Watkins, Aston Villa striker, not in the squad, not making the journey down to Brighton. 4-0 defeat, finishing the game with 10 men. Unai Emery afterwards asked, Ollie Watkins not here today. He said, ask him. Nothing to do with me.
We need a bit of Unai Emery. We need more of Unai Emery.
He was brilliant. And you could
that
see
interview was brilliant.
He was hurting. He was disappointed. He was frustrated. All the
listen,
emotions.
You have to. He looks like a frustrated manager. And when I look at Unai Emery right now, he looks like a manager that's ready to throw in the towel. He looks like he's going to walk away. He looks like a manager, unless they back him, unless they go out there.
Or Jackson backing him.
And absolutely back him, because they've sold well. So they have to invest that money back into the team. If they don't do that, I don't think he's going to be there long enough. I think he looks to me like a frustrated man, a manager who's got the team to Europe.
And it's just been, his
squad has been ripped apart. They've lost Morgan Rogers, Tielemans,
Digne,
Konsa,
Emi Martinez,
Watkins. They absolutely ripped the spine of the team apart. You can't do that in one transfer window when you've qualified for the Champions League.
Winner of the Europa League.
I don't understand why they're letting these players go. Is it also the model of the football club? If you're not happy, if you want to go, fine, we'll let you go.
And the financial fair play.
And the financial fair play as well. Because when you qualify for the Champions League and you achieve so much like they did last season, Aston Villa, they were absolutely brilliant, absolutely superb what they achieved. One of the best managers in the Premier League, one of the most experienced players in the Premier League, have won the Europa League for so many years. A manager that knows how to get the best out of his players, has been at that club for such a long time. When people question them, they rise up and they get back to winning ways. A lot of people question the start of the season last season, but then he took that club to an absolute top.
Yeah.
Absolute top, the way they finished the season. And that's what Unai Emery gives you. We've seen him lose players over the years. We've seen him rebuild squad, but nothing compared to this.
No,
nothing compared to this.
To your point,
this is the spine of the team.
It's like Czech, Terry, Lampard, Drogba
in one go,
in one window.
I just think it's crazy. But if any manager can be able to bounce back, if any manager has the experience to be able to bounce back, get this team again to settle, bring in 2 or 3 players. I hope they bring in 2 or 3 players before the end of the transfer window, because they will absolutely need that, because they were absolutely shocking against Brighton. Absolutely shocking. There was no energy. They were losing the ball. It was sloppy. Individual mistakes. Yeah. It just shows you that when you lose the amount of players they've done, and of course when you have your top striker saying that he doesn't want to play, he's trying to force a move. All that just bring negativity around the place. The manager is not settled. The manager is confused. He doesn't know who he's working with. The players that's coming in, the players that's leaving. It's like every other day a player is leaving Aston Villa. Every other day a player leaves Aston Villa. It's crazy to see. And all in one window. So it's just frustrated. I can understand where Unai Emery is coming from. He looks like an absolute frustrated manager. And I just hope that the club goes back into the transfer window, back the manager, bring in players, because they will absolutely need it. They were absolutely shambles. They were shocking to watch, at the weekend. Absolutely destroyed. Brighton absolutely destroyed them. And he doesn't want to continue like this. They need players to come in, and I think they need players fairly quickly, because this is going to be a tough season for them if they don't go out there and bring in 2 or 3 players, top players. They can help this team.
If you're a teammate of Ollie Watkins, John, are you pissed off? I know it's part and parcel of football, and ultimately footballers need to look after themselves and their family. I get all of that, but But do you not feel let down? Opening day of the season, and Ollie Watkins just went, nah, don't fancy it. Not going to do it.
Listen, players, we are who we are, right? You can say are players loyal?
Some are, some aren't.
Are clubs loyal?
Again, no.
You can make a debate about that.
Yeah, if it suits them.
When it suits them, they want you. When they don't want you, they want to get the fuck out. They want to get rid of you.
Yeah.
So you also have to look after yourself. You have to look after your family. You have to look after your best interest, what's good for you. I just think right now, loyalty in football is gone out of the fucking window.
I'm being naive.
There's nothing like that anymore right now. Back in the day, yes. When you have Paulo Maldini start the football club for the rest of his life, you have Steven Gerrard, you have
Ryan Giggs.
John Terry, Ryan Giggs, Totti, you know, Del Piero. In the Premier League, you have players like Roy Keane. Giggs. We don't have that anymore. Giggs, Scholes. You don't have that anymore. It's about.
Yeah.
And there's no loyalty on both sides. There's no loyalty on both sides. You can say the players have loyalty because they sign a contract and after 2-3 years, they want to get the fuck out of it. Do the club also have loyalty to the players?
Yeah, you give them a 5-year deal, you want rid of them.
Exactly. So both sides, there's no loyalty. So when you talk about
Ollie Watkins.
Ollie Watkins. What is he now? 30 years old.
30, about to turn 31.
About to turn 31. Has he looked at it and thought, you know what? I've been in this league for a very long time. I've scored goals. I've had very, very good seasons. The seasons where I've been absolutely fantastic. But yet, no top clubs have come in for me. No top clubs have said, let's go get Ollie Watkins. Nobody.
I think
and now he's 30.
Yeah.
Arsenal did, but they didn't come up with the
cash.
With the cash. So if you want a player, you pay the top dollar to get him. And he's looked at that and thought,
it's my last contract.
It's my last contract. I'm going to be 31. Do I want to continue to do this in the Premier League? Or, that's a huge contract here, where I can go.
Tax-free,
play for 2-3 seasons, 4-5 seasons, who knows? Make a lot of money. Set my family up, my kids, my grandkids.
My great-great-grandkids.
My great-great-grandkids. You know, get whatever I want in life. You know, look after my family, settle my family. He's probably looked at that and thought, should I continue to try season after season, trying to force a big move, play for a top club? Or this is the right time for me to move.
Especially when he's seeing all the big players leave around him, he's thinking,
exactly.
Well, I don't know where we're
Exactly.
going.
He's looked at it and think, the spine of my team is gone.
Yeah.
You know, how are we going to be successful with these new players, with these young players coming in? Because the model now of Aston Villa is to buy young. It's not going to work for him. He's going to be 31. So he's probably looked at it and thought, you know what? I think it's time for me to move. It's time for me to go to Saudi Arabia, get the cash. He's probably best mate with, who knows, friends with Ivan Toney. He's probably told him, mate, whoa. He's looked at him, probably seen him with his Rolls Royces and all that he's buying and thinking, probably had a word in his ears and say, hey,
life's good out here.
Life is good out here. It's not as bad as people make it to look like. I've been to Saudi. It's a nice place.
It is.
It's not as bad as people make it to look. You come here, you play 2-3 seasons, and you make the money that you... It's only 30. It's going to be 33, 34. He can still come back to Europe. He can still come back to the Premier League or go somewhere else in Europe and finish his career. But he's probably looked at it and thought, you know what? 2-3 seasons is not bad for me to go to Saudi Arabia, make the cash, get my family all sorted, and I can move back to Europe. So for me, is he going about it the right way? Not playing for the team, not saying I'm not going to play? Maybe not. But again, like I said earlier, the loyalty on both sides is gone. So I can't blame him right now. When I see players come out and behave the way they behave right now, I don't blame them because when the club absolutely don't want them, they fucking get rid of them like, you know, like
they drop them.
They drop them like a fucking piece of shit.
Yeah.
Like a piece of shit. And the players have to also look after themselves. There's nothing wrong with that.
So he's not, and players understand that in the dressing room. Players are like, get on with it. We've got to be professional.
That's why I say, what is best for both sides? Get the money, let the player go.
Yeah.
whoever is not happy because the loyalty is not there anymore, get the money and let him go. Because there's always players that's ready to come to the football club.
That's it.
Always.
Yeah.
Always.
And Nicholas Jackson is...
And Nicholas Jackson is a good enough striker.
Yeah.
You know, it's just not the striker for Chelsea Football Club. It just doesn't suit him. Sometimes, yes, he plays well. Does he score enough goals?
Unai Emery knows him.
Unai Emery knows him really well from Villarreal. Both of them have worked together before. So probably he's seen and he knows he can get the best out of him. So that's not a bad deal for both sides. So it's not a bad deal for us if we get the money in. And I think it's not a bad deal for Aston Villa because a manager, he's getting a player that he's worked with before. And he knows probably how to get the best out of Nicholas Jackson.
Right, we're only one weekend in, John, but... have a bit of fun with this.
Yeah.
Some snap judgments from what we saw in the opening weekend of the season. I'm going to get booed at this. I think it's clear we said it before it.
Yeah.
Arsenal are going to win the league, I believe. I think they might even win it by double digits. I just think, John, they're so far ahead.
No, I don't think so.
You don't? You think it'll be closer?
No, I like this question, but I think, you know, we have to talk about your team. Wow.
I thought we'd avoid them.
God.
We were awful.
Wow. Manchester United. Wow. Awful. Absolutely awful to watch. Awful
no
to watch.
Tempo,
there was no tempo. It was absolutely slow, sloppy. It was an absolute shit show to watch.
Yeah.
To go to Hull, no disrespect to Hull, a team that just got promoted to the Premier League.
Through the playoffs.
I mean, they were not meant to be in the Premier League, but through the playoffs. And of course, with the Spygate scandal, whatever it was, I think that's wyle they got it. Yeah.
Well, yeah, they got the reprieve.
So for Manchester United to lose to Hull City the way they did, 2-0, absolutely shocking. I mean, from the defense to the midfield to everybody else in front was absolutely shocking. Absolutely shocking.
Nothing about
the defense. Us. When you have your top centre back. Your best centre-back.
Defending one of his own players.
Your top centre-back is Harry Maguire.
Yeah.
You have a problem.
Yeah.
You have a problem.
I'm not disagreeing
Listen,
with that.
the geezer has had a good season, right?
Off the back of a good end to us.
No. At Leicester City. City.
Sorry. Yeah.
He's had a good career at Leicester City. Harry Maguire was never a Manchester United player. He was never a Manchester United defender. Never. Doesn't suit the system. It doesn't suit the football club. The fact that he's managed to stay there for 7-8 years now, it's incredible. How's that happened?
Because of
how's that happened?
Malay in the boardroom.
I don't understand that. And he's still there.
Still there.
He's still there. And he's your number one, absolute number one defender. There's a problem.
Yeah.
He was
Luke Shaw still there.
The first goal, he was grabbing his own.
Masraoui.
His own player. He was
holding him.
He was holding him from going to defend to stop the guy from scoring. Yeah. He was holding him. What he was doing, I have no idea.
I don't think he knows what he was doing.
What he was seeing, I have absolutely no idea. That's a problem. That is an absolute problem. I just think that Michael Carrick, again, I know they have Delits, they have Lisandro Martinez, they have Lenny Yoro, they have players there.
Hayden Heaven, but again, that's part of it.
But they have players there. But the reason why he's still starting, I don't know why. Is it good to be the squad player because of the experience right now? One of the leaders in the squad? Yes. But not to start games, not to be your best, your number one centre-back. Because number one, he's slow on the ball. He touches the ball 2, 3, 4 times before he releases the ball. He doesn't know what to do with the ball when he has the ball. Yeah. He's confused when he has the ball. When the ball comes to him, he doesn't know what to do with the ball. And for a centre-back, you need to zip the ball quicker. You need to move the ball quicker. Harry Maguire doesn't know how to do that quickly enough.
Yeah.
Move the ball quickly enough. Get the team to play in the right tempo. He doesn't do that. And for Manchester United, those players in front, they need the ball to come to them quickly enough so that the transition can be quick enough. Tielemans needs the ball quick enough.
Everything needs to be done quicker.
Everything needs to be done quick enough. The tempo was sluggish.
It was awful.
It was awful to watch. There was no desire. There was no commitment from the players. It looked awful, absolutely awful. And for Michael Carrick to come out and say, well, it's the first game. Of course, the fucking first game. But the way you finish the season last season, everybody expected you to carry on, to continue the way you finished the season last season. He has most of his players did not go to the World Cup. They've all rested.
Mbuemo, Dorgu, Santos in the middle of the pitch.
Tielemans left
Shaw,
Maguire, quicker because he was
Evan wasn't.
So you have most of your core players, they're not tired. They had a good preseason. They had a good rest in the summer.
That's no excuse.
That's not an excuse to play the way they did.
No, it's not.
Hull absolutely bullied them. Bullied them. From the start till the finish. Yeah. They were first to everything. First to first ball. They wanted it more. Second ball, they were first to second ball. They were first to the first ball. They looked like they were playing with the right tempo. They were aggressive. They were quick. They outran Manchester United. They looked very, very hungry the way they played. And Manchester United looked bullied by Hull. There was nobody fighting. There was nobody. And for them to come out after the game, some of the comments, oh, it's the first game.
And that's the problem, Joe.
That is the problem.
It's the shrug of the shoulders.
It's the shrug of the shoulders. Oh,
losing football games just doesn't hurt them. You know what I'm saying?
Yes, they concede 2 set pieces, yes. But
you
did lose the game.
Matches,
you did lose the game. Yeah. They were saying, some of them said, oh, it's just 2 set pieces. Well, you did lose the fucking game.
Yeah.
So, attention to details, intensity, desire, commitment, there was none of that. Absolutely none of. They were slow, sluggish. Nothing was working. And again, like I said, to move the ball quicker, when you watch us play, Lekwa, Levi Cowell, Achimpo, the tempo of the ball, moving the ball, 1 touch, 2 touch, aggressive passes, moving the ball quicker to your top players who can create, zipping that ball to the midfield players, from the midfield players to the strikers. It has to be done quicker.
Yeah, I know.
You have to move the ball quicker. I remember that when we were playing so slow and we walk into the dressing room, the manager's like, what the fuck are you guys doing? I need the ball to move quicker. Zip the ball quicker. Move the ball quicker. 1 or 2 touches. Everybody moving. That's what you have to do in the Premier League to get opportunities. And Manchester United did not do that. You have to earn it. And it's just... it was absolutely awful to watch. And I just hope that Michael Carrick... I like Michael Carrick. What he's done with the football club last season... But fucking hell, he needs to get those players to wake the fuck up.
It's a long weekend here in Dubai. I was actually in a good mood. Now you've put me in a funny mood again. I kind of forgot about what we witnessed on Saturday. So, from a snap judgment then, I think I know where you're going with this. If United keep that up, he's done. He will not last until the end of the season.
No, he will not. And I like Michael Carrick. I think he's a good manager. He knows the football club. He's been there. And what he did last season, we were here talking last season, saying, if the season started when Michael Carrick took over, Man United would have been first or second in the league.
Yeah, they would have.
They would have been. Yeah. Again, Chris, I don't want to sound like the players. Yes, it's the start of the season. I get that. But the way they lost the game, the manner in which they lost the game, that is the problem. That is the problem. In the manner in which they lost the game. You can lose the football game, yes. But in the manner of the way they lost the game.
Shocked everyone.
Shocking. Absolutely shocking.
And to be clear, it shocked everyone.
Exactly. So I hope that Michael Carrick get back to the drawing board and look at the way they played last season, towards the end of last season. But again, the transfer window is still open. Get another top centre-back. Delete is not reliable. He's always injured. Lisandro Martinez also always injured.
Maguire not 8.
So you have 2 centre-backs that are liabilities with injuries.
Yeah.
Maguire, for me, is not 8. He's not 8. Lenioro is still struggling to get into the Manchester United way. Haven is not really, he's still young. He can grow. There's potential there. He's raw. You need an experienced top centre-back that can come into this Manchester United team. I think they need two top centre-backs. And Luke Shaw has also been there for a long time. And I just think, again, his performances up and down. Again, another defender that, again, liability with injuries, always injured, most of the time injured. But he's been fit now for the past last season.
He did well.
But Manchester United need to get top centre-backs in. Because, yes, do they have a good squad? Yes. Do they have threat up front? Buemo, Cunha, Sesko, Fernandez,
Amad
Diallo, now with Rashford as well. Tielemans, yes, had a shocking game. Slow, sloppy, everything you can name, he was, Tielemans, but I still think he will come good. I believe that Tielemans will come good. He's a fantastic player. He's an experienced player.
Baliba now in as well.
Which I think, again, when I watch the game and I look at Tielemans needs legs around him. He absolutely needs to. And Santos is not that guy.
No.
I told you from the start, we're giving you guys the scraps.
Thanks, John.
How you guys paid 50, 60 million for him? Again, I have absolutely no idea.
Again.
And you were telling me how he was playing in the preseason. Yeah. We've seen players absolutely set the world on fire in preseason. And then the season starts, you're thinking, fuck me, is that the player that I saw during the preseason?
It was a bit like that on Saturday.
Honestly, it's a bit like that. So, Baliba, I think, if he comes in and plays the way we know he can play, he has the legs to run around. He has the leg to get around the pitch. And I think he will be suitable for Manchester United because he will give Tielemans that freedom to be able to go there, to go around, get the ball, and use that experience, that calmness that he needs to play those final passes and be the players that he can, to be the player that he can be. And again, yeah, Kobbie Mainoo.
He needs to come in as well.
He needs to come in. Why he doesn't play, you can't tell me because he was tired. Because he didn't play a single minute in the World Cup.
I think he was injured, wasn't he, at the back end of the World Cup? So I wonder if he's nursing. I don't know. But I don't
think so. No. I don't think he was injured because I think why he didn't play that game because why will you play him at the third place playoff? I mean, you haven't used him, not single minute. I think he was just frustrated. He got upset and he was like, fuck it, I'm not playing that game.
He's not played much at all.
Exactly. So, for me, Kobbie Mainoo has to come in. He has to come in because he's better than everything you have right now.
I know.
He's better than everything.
The boys that we bought. Brilliant. Cheers, John.
Tielemans, yeah, maybe. Tielemans, yeah, with his quality, with his composure, and the way he plays the game with his experience, yes. Well, I believe that Kobbie Mainoo should be starting for Manchester United midfield because you're not telling me that every player you have in that position is miles better than Kobbie Mainoo. No way. Because everybody that played on that weekend were absolutely miles off it. So for me, I think Kobbie Mainoo should start in that Manchester United midfield. Baliba is a very, very good addition to that squad. And I think when you have Baliba, you have either Tielemans playing alongside him or Kobbie Mainoo and Bruno Fernandes as well. So I think the signing of Baliba is a good signing. Very, very good signing. I think they've been after him for a very long time. And now the deal is done. And it looked like the player absolutely really wanted to play for Manchester United. He has the legs to get around the pitch. He's good on the ball. He's quick. He can make tackles. He can break up plays. And I think that was what Manchester United has been lacking for many, many years right now. Obviously, I think since you lost Roy Keane, and I don't think you've had that player that can get into tackles. So I think Baliba might be that player to bring that. And he's very, very good on the ball. So hopefully, that might be something that you absolutely need.
So one of your snap judgments is, Michael, be careful. I've got down here, Arsenal to win the league. I'm going to go out on a limb and say this. Cole Palmer, end of the season, will be named player of the year. No,
Arsenal winning the league. You've just said they're going to run away. I don't think they're going to run away with it.
10 points.
No, absolutely not.
10 points.
I don't think Arsenal would run away with this league. Listen, it's the first game. It's a
snap judgment, I know.
Yeah. And we've seen Arsenal, right? When it comes to pressure, they haven't been able to deal with pressure over these years. They just got over the line last season. But they haven't been able to deal with pressure, right? So the pressure now is defending the title. They've never defended the title in their history. Never defended the title. So this will be the first time. And I think that's why the club, they want to make that. They want to make sure they absolutely defend the title. That's why they've gone out, they've spent money, they've strengthened the squad again. And when I look at Arsenal, yes, did they play well in the first game? Absolutely. Were they superb? Yes, they were. Did they play the right way, the way the fans want them to play? Yes. They were exciting to watch. You know, there was a lot of creativity. They played well. They scored goals without set pieces, without corner kicks. They looked sharp. They looked happy playing. And I just feel that everything was flowing for Arsenal. They look like a team that's gelling. And that's when we talk about a team that's settled. That's what you see with Arsenal. You look around all around the league, the top 5, top 6. They are the team that is absolutely settled. They have a manager that's been there for a very long time, have brought in his players, knows the squad, knows his players, and is still strengthening. And he's won the league now. So the pressure of that is gone, of winning the league. The shackles are off. Now, can they defend it? Can they play a brand of football that the fans want them to play? Which is exciting football. Seeing their creative players play with no shackles. Freedom to play. Saka, that we know, is an absolute super player. Play with excitement. Play with freedom. Express yourself.
Yes.
You know what I mean? That's what Arsenal fans want to see. And we as fans as well, we want to see if they can be able to play that way. Defend the title, with style. Play with style. Win games. And it will be interesting to see how they do that. Because can they do that? Of course they have the squad to do that. Do they have the best squad in the league? Of course they absolutely do that. Yeah. Do they have the manager to do that? Of course they do. So I want to see them play well and win well because that's what their fans want. But I don't believe that this Arsenal team will run away with it. Can they win the Premier League again? Yes. But I don't believe that they can absolutely run away with it, like with 10 points. No. I think there will be teams in this league that will cause them problems. And I think we're one of them. I think Chelsea is one of them. I think City will be one of them. Liverpool will get better. Don't forget, these teams will get better during the season. Things will change. Players will settle. Squad will settle. The managers finally know the players that they have. They will start to build a team. When I look at Tottenham, they have so many good players, but they don't have a team. Right now, they don't have a team. De Zerbi is trying to build a team. Does he have the good players right now? Yes, he does. Does he have a good squad? Yes, he does. Does he have a team? No. Now is his job to build a team, trying to find what works for everybody, what works for the team. Where do I place this player? Is this his right position? How do I get the team to gel as a team? That is De Zerbi, because I think Spurs, they are also cooking something really, really special because of the players that they have. When you have Tonali in that midfield, Fernandez in that midfield, now Savio his name is now Savio.
Great goal last night.
Mamouche is going to join the team as well. You know, you have Kudus, who's going to come back from injury. Kulusevski, who's going to come back from injury. These are players that they have. So they have some top players, but do not have a squad. So De Zerbi has got a very, very big task in his hand of creating a team that can compete in this Premier League, because the club has gone out and they've backed him. They brought in players, top players, but it's time now for him to create a team that's going to be difficult to beat.
We're going to finish on agreeing with something. Cole Palmer will be Player of the Year come the end of the season.
If he continues like this, yes. If he's injury-free, yes. Because to me, he looks like a player that is happy playing his football again, performing like the Cole Palmer that we know, playing the way we know Cole Palmer can do.
Yeah,
that is important. Playing the way that we know the Cole Palmer can do, can perform, expressing himself, happy, playing with that freedom, shackles off, injury-free, first turn, second touch, creating chances, scoring goals, getting it on the score sheet, celebrating with the fans. That's what we want to see. The commitment, the desire to win games, to perform, help your team, knowing that he is the main man. He is the main man of that. It doesn't matter who you brought in. Cole Palmer is our best player. I've said it so many times last season. Build your squad around Cole Palmer, and you see the best out of Cole Palmer. A manager that puts his arm around him, a manager that emotionally can create friendship with him. You see Xabi Alonso putting his arm around him, smiling to him, talking with him, laughing with him. I don't think Enzo Maresca is that guy. Emotionally, he's not that. He doesn't smile much. There's distance always with him. And I just felt that Cole Palmer last season lost a bit of interest. And now I can see that interest is coming back. That desire to compete, to help the team, knowing that he's at Chelsea Football Club and he is that main man. I think come the end of the season, is he going to be the best player of the Premier League? I believe if he stays injury-free, if he's happy, performing the way he's doing, I think he'll be top 3. That's what I believe.
Yeah, I'm with you. I think he is the one to watch this season. I really do. Listen, I just want to mark your cards if I can as well, because Monday, another big interview, our JJ Okocha interview. If you have yet to listen to that, if you've yet to watch it, get on it. One of my favourite interviews that we've done on this podcast.
Yes, I mean, it's been absolutely superb.
He was brilliant.
But what I don't understand, a guy is getting absolutely hammered for just making his own opinion on what he believes. An observation of his own opinion. And I think right now we live in a world where everybody thinks his opinion, my opinion and your opinion has to be the same. No. Your opinion, you're entitled to your opinion. I am absolutely entitled to my own opinion. I don't have to believe that your opinion is the right one. You don't have to believe that my opinion is the right one. This is the world we live in, right? Everybody believes, no, because I support so-and-so team, because I'm a fan of so-and-so. You have to. I want you to become a fan of this.
Yes.
No. Your entitlement is your entitlement. Your opinion is your opinion.
And what JJ said.
It's a free world. And what the guy said is just his own opinion.
Yeah.
And I don't understand why people are saying, oh, you shouldn't. fucking hell, grow up. Grow up, everybody. Grow up. Because your opinion, I never come here and say, your opinion is wrong. Your opinion is shit. No. Because you are absolutely 100% entitled to your opinion. And everybody, when people come out, make their statement and say what they think, they believe is the right one, we have to accept it.
You're right.
And move on. Because we live in a free world where everybody is entitled to make their opinion. And you have to get on with it and live with it. So it's been an absolute, his episode has been absolutely super.
So if you're watching it, Mohammed, if you are watching this, then John is right. Your opinion does matter. Yeah. And that gag is for those that have listened or watched the podcast. Fantastic. Monday, though, Emi Martinez.
Yes.
Oba goals.
Yeah, another ex-player, another
podcast.
Yeah.
Tune in for that. That will drop on Monday, so mark your cards for that. We will, of course, be back with Taking the Mikel as we go throughout the season.
Yeah.
We're up and running, though, John. Win for Chelsea. Watch them fly this season.
Yeah.
He said about United, the better. Ta-ra for now.